Okay, hey everyone. Doing a well, hopefully a new series of videos. So the EA Sports PGA Tour Road to the Masters handful there came out just a couple days ago. Finally got my hands on it. Been playing a little. Been trying to just learn the game a little bit. And I did a video kind of going over what's probably in and so forth. Now the whole game's here. So I won't really follow up on the course in regards to that, going over everything, but more like I feel like doing a career mode and kind of maybe going over some of the differences between this and 2K. I need to record 2K and kind of go over that as well, like I like, I don't like, because I've only played this game a little bit, so there's still a lot to do and stuff. But I thought maybe kind of cool do like a playthrough of the career mode. Try and keep it reasonable for each series, like not like a 2-3 hour stream, more like anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour tops. Kind of do different tournaments or different, kind of make a nice little journey over just trying to rush through it and so forth. But I will say this: I did talk about in the previous video, they had the different paths. You can obviously go start right into the PGA Tour. You can do the minor leagues, and this is kind of where it started with 2K right here. Basically, it didn't take long to win 3, and then there's this one we can actually do the amateur route, and that's what I'm going to do. Now, my player, I put my birth city, which is St. Louis, Missouri, so I am going to start here. Obviously, it's a male player, so it would not be in this. Actually, curious if he could play that, but I'm not going to try it. Now, you could also go RNA, Asia Pacific, Latin America. I kind of like how they got all these different options. I think it's really cool. And these are all real tournaments. And to a little breakdown, why they're different, what I mean. So this is actually really just the female side. So there is the women's amateur at Augusta National. It took place about a couple weeks, actually a week ago when I record this. And that's just kind of like a tournament where they invite like some of the women's best women amateurs, by the world rankings or in college. Rose Jane won it this year, but she won the USAGA Junior Amateur a couple years ago before that. I think she is the reigning NCAA champion. Like, she's a really good golfer. Like, she'll definitely go pro when she decides to. Sadly, I don't have the USGA Women's Am in here, or the other notable amateur tournaments on the women's side, but at least they got that in there, which I think is a great step forward. But on the men's side, there's a little difference here. So the USGA, they're the governing body of golf here in the United States. They run the U.S. Amateur Championship, and they actually run others like Mid-Am and so forth, but the Amateur Championship is the main one, along with the U.S. Open. Obviously, the U.S. Open is one of the 4 majors, and if you win the U.S. Am Championship, you get an invite into the U.S. Open, but also Augusta National for the Masters, and I believe the Open Championship as well. The PGA is the only exception. That's just a pro level tournament. But anyway, that's them. And then the RNA is the other governing body of golf. They basically the governing body outside of North America. The USGA is just basically USA and Mexico, I believe. I actually think Canada goes by RNA. But the USGA and RNA work together, creating the rules of golf. And the RNA has the Amateur Championship. And if you win that, then you get into the Open Championship. And also believe Augusta National, I think the USGA. But Augusta also runs these 2 tournaments, Latin America and Asia Pacific. And basically with these 2 tournaments, it's kind of like this is their way to grow the game of golf. Like Hideki Matsuyama actually won the Asia Pacific and then became the low am at Augusta, in the Masters when he came over as an amateur, and then he won a couple of years ago. Same with Latin America. They're trying to grow the game overseas, really encourage, like, even though I would say Asia Pacific has always been kind of a good market for a long time, especially like Japan and Korea, especially, on the women's side in Korea. But it's good to see that, they're trying to grow, like, I haven't a braid for it, but a player that won the women's U.S. Open a couple years ago, she was actually representing the Philippines. Now, she's also half Japanese, so she's Team Japan, but she also grew up in the Philippines. But it just shows you that these tournaments, and that's obviously the female side, and this is the men's side, but the point is they're really trying to grow the game of golf overseas and developing markets and make it more accessible and doing a lot of investment over there where, I guess that's really pumping money to try to build that up. So it's really good that they include these 2 as well. But that said, I'm going to, real quick, apologize for the explanation. I thought it was kind of neat I want to use these videos to kind of explain these different tournaments and stuff, because I find the either the history or like why they exist and so forth. Very fascinating. And one last thing before we start, but the USGA, the Amateur Championship and the USAM, they actually used to be considered the two majors. It used to be the AS2 and then the US Open, the British Open. Over time, they shifted to really more of the pro level with the Masters and the PGA Championship. But some of the best, a lot of the like all-time greats have especially won like the USAM and then obviously US Open and so forth, like Tiger Woods, Jack Nicklaus, for example. But we're going to do the USGA since I did pick Missouri, not overseas and so forth. But this is at Bandon Dunes, so I think it's a great course. Yeah, so round tight quick. That's interesting. So this is the amateur season. I'm going to stick it on this. I haven't played this yet. I kind of want to save for these videos. I would do... I wonder if this includes the ends. But anyway, I'll make the playoffs and major events full. And then the regular quick. Because the quick... There's going to be like regular tournaments that don't really have any... Well, I wouldn't say meaning is the right phrase, but there'd be like smaller events that... it's like okay. But anyway, complete... Yeah, so here you go. You complete the Amateur Championship. If you win it, you qualify for the Masters US Open. Now... And then you do Q school, okay. Now, there's a caveat here. I think the runner-up at the USAM gets into the US Open. I don't know if it includes that or not, but it's cool at least they got it. Alright, cool. Okay. So I say, I've been actually doing these coaching challenges and they're really cool. I say let's do one to show you and then we'll do the USAM real quick. Here we go. We'll do this one to kind of start the gameplay. And I like how they go to these different courses, so like Top of the Rock and so forth. But I'm probably just going to do one or two challenges throughout these gameplay videos, but I just thought it'd be cool to show this. I actually uploaded a previous video not too long ago, just kind of briefly going over some of the ideas, but it is cool they got the PGA of America coaching. But what's neat about that is they're actually the ones that really do teach the game a lot of your local courses and so forth, so it's kind of cool to kind of have a little means of that. I will say I'm still trying to figure out the punt a little bit because sometimes they don't break as much as you think they would and so forth. Like here, sometimes there's other putts. It looks like they break a lot more, and you feel like it's a little interesting. We'll see it more in the main round. Like see right there. Now, granted, I kind of screwed up my putt there in the right hand corner. Now that said, the goodness, this will only be a couple minutes, so I thought it'd just be neat to do. So, and there'll be times I won't be talking too much. Yeah, so make 3 putts, make all 5. Yeah, so best I can do is a 2-star still. Let's see if we can get that. Yeah, so it's just the one putt I'll probably mess up. Well, we'll see. I got one more. I could butcher this last one. Ooh, just got in. So yeah, and these are the simple ones, just trying to learn the game and learn some stuff, because what... Yeah. Sorry. Saying yeah to the game. Because I will say the big difference I've seen between this and 2K, and it's why I need to do a 2K video, can maybe spend time to splice them together, is it seems like this game is definitely has a steeper learning curve, but in a good way. And, I think we'll show you during the USGAM here. So, whole select all... Okay, so it will be all 18, it looks like. Firm, fast, that makes sense. But well, let me put it this way, sorry. It seems like slopes
EA
The
Sports,
conditions seem to make a bigger
partnership with the United
difference.
States Golf Association, so proud to spotlight
Sorry,
golf's
that was a
best
little loud
amateur
if you
talent
heard that.
from around
Seems
the
to make.
globe.
So I was saying the
Today, we bring you
conditions
coverage from
of
this
like how the
opening
courses
round.
slope, how the balls react,
What might we
seems to
have in
matter a
store
lot
for us
more than
over the
2K. I
course
feel
of
like in
these
2K
next
they're
4
really
days? We've got big
biggest,
names.
like
We've got
it
dark
seemed like the
horses.
course
We've got it
didn't always
all
matter. Like
as
when
we
it
look at the
does, and sometimes you
leaderboard
see the
on this
slopes and stuff.
Thursday.
It seemed like,
A
I'd say
number
like
of
maybe some of the
folks
sand
in
traps and
contention,
stuff. It really felt
including our
like
leader.
it never really sloped and changed too much. Like, granted, there's like difficulties and stuff that you could probably make it a lot more challenging regards, but it felt like, balls just kind of landed and moved a little bit or whatever. It didn't seem like it reacted truly like how it might in more real life. Well, here it feels like it does. So anyway, that's just if you guys see that, I don't know what pops up for friends and stuff. So I'm trying to. Is this oh? So I'm looking at this here. See, you got the slopes of the green. I don't want to go too far. Yeah, I think I want to go a 7 actually, because the green's gonna be fast, so it's gonna land and roll a bit. I just swing that a bit. It should be okay. Oh yeah, actually ended up working really well.
That one.
They got a little lucky there.
On
It was a little offline. But you kind of see the slope and how it kind of rolled a bit. Now, luckily, this is a pretty easy putt. I don't think I need to adjust much at all. It just comes down to how straight you do. Nice.
Oh, yes, a perfect putt there.
Oh, so this kind of jumps. Interesting. See that? It looks like I already placed in the earlier round, so it's not all 18 holes. So I guess this is kind of like the quick round they were talking about.
Maybe the prettiest hole on the golf course, this par 460.
A shame it included this one. I thought it would skip this one because it is a USAM, a major event in my opinion. Well, if it was like,
beware though of the ever-present.
Well, it's not in it, but like they have events that just says PGA Tour and a random course. So like it doesn't really exist. They're just making it to fill the schedule. That's what I would like to kind of fast forward and kind of focus on the bigger events like this one, or like maybe some of the other events like the RBC Heritage is in this game, which I think is one of my favorites. I'm debating where to land this. I think here seems okay. Oh, there's wind too coming in. I love this camera. I think it's a little better in this one, how it zooms in and stuff. Does not pop. Big issue in terms of graphics are much better in this game. Like in the last game, which I was probably show you in a future video, textures pop in all the time. It's really frustrating, and I'm playing like on high on my PC, so it's not like I'm playing on low. It just doesn't seem to respond well. Ooh.
And that will do just fine.
Wow, see, look at, that's the course conditions I'm talking about, how you have all that roll, if you're offline a bit, depending where it lands.
And with that, we welcome Nota Begay the third, 4-time winner on the PGA Tour.
Another example, see, look there, it says fairway 100%, but it says 2 degrees above, so slightly above your feet. That impacts your shot too.
Maybe a classroom at Stanford.
I always get confused. I think when it's above, has a tendency to go left more, and if it's below, it has a tendency to go to your right more, because it's like, it's an uneven ground, and when your swing plane comes in, it's going to hit it different than on a typical flat, even level surface, like to your feet.
Opportunity to learn and make your game better.
So when is coming in from the left,
playing at the highest level.
It's not horrible. It's like 7 miles, but let's adjust it. Yeah, so I didn't count. See, I made a mistake there. I didn't count too much of my.
Boy, it's been a terrific day so far.
The roll, so I really should have landed a little before. But you see how it slopes on the front. I was afraid to be short and it sloped too far
under the
offline.
pressure, they've really
But here's a little break. Let's see if we can get it just right. Now, luckily, I'm playing like on
into a very nice day.
Not arcade. I think it's pro. After it's like the one step above, so it's still more forgiving. Holding your hand like kind of gives it the line and help that. But anyway, actually, there's not a but there, but basically that's the setting, so that's why it shows that this a little bit. I don't think it's going to go in, yeah. No, I think partly because I was a little left on my beginning, but sometimes I really feel like the brake lines, like, I think the line's right, but trying to adjust that brake is a lot harder than it looks. like this one here. Like I think it'd be to the left a bit.
Okay, that'll be
that
a
scared
par
me for
here
a
at
second.
16. And he'll remain in red figures at 1 under. Feast or famine here on this par 4 17th at 405 yards. There are no good misses off the
I like how
tee.
they kind of present each hole this way. This is a better way than doing 2K. It's kind of
right with a long bunker
you know,
inside of a
I think
canyon
it
to
explains it
contend
better.
with.
But I think what does
That's
help
just
and why
put
they
one
can
right
do it
down the
this
middle,
way
but
is because
that's easy for me to say.
well, let me phrase that. There's courses that design in 2K like that, but also there's a lot of like fan-made courses. So obviously that commentary's got to be very limited. But here it's like, you know, every course is created by EA, and it's like, okay, they can actually like voice over, you know, like everything, like in terms of like each hole design and so forth, because they got all that information. Now that said, I do want to defend the course creator because that is
this
a great
one's starting
tool.
a little bit left.
Yeah, see, like this is where it kind of matters. I think when you level your character, it gives you more forgiveness. But see, I have a little left angle there. It shows I drew it or hook it a little much. Luckily, not horrible.
It could have stayed in the rough for the same price.
A good break got him here. Now his second to the par 4.
Pitch it right there. I see I did the left hand again. I'm trying to get used to that. But that's not bad. You know, we're
Okay,
you know,
that's acceptable.
not super
there.
close, but not horrible.
12
It's going to
feet
break
still to
though.
go.
See, we have that little angle there. See, there you go. Hopefully, I'm thinking it's going to be right here. Oh, I just got it.
Yes,
Nice.
the speed, spot on. It's a late birdie here at 17.
Overall, I really like the presentation of this.
On to the home
think it's a
hole
little
to wrap up the round here at
Cleaner?
Bandon
Well,
Dunes.
not cleaner. I
Battling
think it's
to
a
get
little
here. Isn't it
more
nice to have a birdie hole
visually
to take
better
you to the
than the
clubhouse?
2K so
That's
far.
what we have with
And
this
I don't mean I mean like the actual
558-yard
presentation,
par
like the
5.
USGA
Simply
graphics, the
avoid the bunkers
scoreboard,
off
the way it
tee,
shows up.
and you should have a good chance to reach the screen in
That's
two.
it. This is gorgeous with the sunset and stuff. That's just awesome looking. This is on the PS5, so it's on the PC, but it's pretty good. The only thing is, I think it's like at 30 frames per second right now, but I've been hearing they will do an update for 60 after, you know, a lot of people wanting that, which is at least they're listening. Actually, hold on one second here. Something bothers me. So it's 6 miles. That bunker, I don't think I can reach that bunker, but let's go a little. Oh, it is up. It looks like it's a little elevated, so it should be okay. Yeah, we should be fine.
Yeah,
Oh, wow,
nothing
look
to
at that.
fault there.
Hold
Good
on.
balance, good follow through, and a
Well,
good start to
this is
hole.
luck because I hooked it a little bit. It stayed left at the bunker. If it was perfectly straight, it would have been in that bunker right there. Oh, but by the way, they've actually had the USAM at this course before, so it was there, I think, in 2020, like during COVID. So I'm thinking with the wind, this would be just right here. Oh, so this is a par 5. Nice. Yeah, shame the quick play run included this one, because this is a really cool course. It's like Link style. Wow, look at that. I just completely botched it.
That one was running so hot.
I did not expect to carry like that. But there you go. That's what I like about this game a little more. It feels like the courses really are alive, unlike 2K. It just seemed like the only time you really mess up was the swing tempo. That is really their big mechanic, is the swing tempo, like how fast and accurate you move the, you know, like your joystick basically. But it seemed like it was so, like the response was so off at times that it frustrated me.
Oh,
I hope
huge
this doesn't
mistake.
roll
That's
off.
motored on by.
Okay, well, I have a chance for par. I think that's the best I can get. But anyway, but saying, like, I ended up turning off the mechanics. I felt like it never seemed to matter.
Yeah,
like, it was always constantly.
Pace is important, but there's not a whole lot to it. I fancy the
Yeah, I think there's
chances
a
of
little
getting
break.
this
That's
close.
about it. Like right there, maybe right here. No, I say right here. Sorry, kind of talking about two different things where we're trying to play this.
Yep,
Yes, it did
not
break a
bad.
little more. It was
Had
really
to
the
put
beginning
a
and
little
then the
extra
flat
into
line.
that one, but got it there. That's a pretty good effort. So he'll finish up there. It's a par here at 18, and that will make this a 2-under opening round of 70. Our
Yeah,
featured
see, that's
golfer
where
in
he
a good
probably didn't hit the
position,
full
you'd have to
round. Like,
say.
it's like
Just 3 shots off the
only
pace
played
after round 1.
Just got to keep the leaders
4
in check,
holes.
though.
They had to
Can't
birdie
afford to
each one or
get,
eagle to
a
even
further
tie
away.
that.
So that's it for us. For Frank, Noda, Iona.
Which is okay. I really just kind of want to start at that to see what happens. Unless it's like each day. Well, I can tell you that you're in a lot more experience in this game in 2K. 2K, it's like, granted, it impacts your settings and so forth, but it's like, you know, it's basically like, it seems I only earn like, it's a currency situation, and it's like I earn like 900 coins, you know, for each round. It's really frustrating, to be honest. But you know, I'll say that for another time. But in terms of the game. Okay, so it is 4 rounds. Okay. So it continues. Okay, that's good. That's good. Anyway, but what the game is talking about, with the stream mechanic that's frustrating is like the pull back. Like, it just seems like at times I feel like I'm smashing the joystick and it says a slow swing speed. And either hooks or slices is kind of inconsistent, 30 yards short and stuff. Like, it was really frustrating. Like, it really felt like the punishment was very random, not fair. So when you turn it off, it gets rid of that punishment. And it feels like there's not really many mistakes that happens in the game besides, you know, maybe misreading a putt, or, you know, like sometimes I'll turn off the putting preview to help, you know, because it doesn't take long to see the putts and so forth, or figure out the putts. Even though I do think the putting is a strong point, but it's really the main swings of iron and drivers felt not that great, in my opinion. That's kind of neat. I like how they change your clothes. So,
EA Sports, in partnership with the United States Golf Association, so proud to spotlight golf's best amateur talent from around the globe. Today, we bring you coverage of the second round. Things starting to slowly
so what's
take shape
interesting
here on this
is
Friday.
they're using the
For
Frostbite
some, it is
engine,
a
which
race
they
for
actually
the
used in
top
Roy
prize.
McIlroy's
For
PGA
others,
Tour game
it's a
back
fight
in
to stick around for
2015.
the
That was the
weekend.
last one EA
We
did.
show you the leaderboard.
So it's kind of to see
We've currently
that engine
got a
used.
tie
I do
at
think
the
it's a
top
really
at
beautiful
5 under
engine.
par.
I think the issue's
Our
been for a
featured
while
golfer,
is
right
making it
in
compatible
it, just
work
a
well with
couple
other
of
games. But I
shots
think
off
over
the
time they
pace.
figure it out, because obviously it's
Let's
built
get out
for,
to the play as we pick things up.
you know, a
at the
first-person
par 4
shooter,
seven.
and now it's, you know, utilize, you know, a lot of stuff like the sports games like this. I think it's like it's a dominant engine at EA. Like, I think it's used in both Madden and FIFA as well. And there's so many humps and bumps out here. I'm not even sure what's the best landing spot. Once it's in the fairway, I think we're gonna focus on that.
Oh, he's pulled it.
I keep pulling shots. Oh no.
Ah,
Wow,
too
that is
strong
not
for this
good.
hole, eh? Ran out of fairway.
And I'm uphill.
And into the rough. Big hit, though.
So we're gonna up, I say 1 club. Oh no! Oh wow! Look at the slope! Oh no! Wow! Oh my god! Oh, that's insane.
No, it's not
But like,
close.
that's
It
another
is
reason.
on
Like,
the green.
if this is 2K, a lot of times it just kind of lands in the rough and stops.
Price, he's
Even though
not
it's on a
taking
hill and
driver
stuff,
out
or
for
it'd be a
this
little
one.
bit like
He's a
here.
long
That's
ways
very. I'm
away,
not kidding.
though. It is
That's
for
more
birdie.
realistic here. You'll see that's crazy stuff all the time because of like a big hill and stuff. Now I do think that rough should have hold it, but if it's kind of hot with a lot of spin, it can spin out and then hits the slight, basically like second cut or whatever you want to call it, right behind the green. That's not really thick, and then it's just going to roll down that slope down into the green and so forth. It's interesting how reading the putt is taking a while here. Like, I'm looking at this. I see a little, I think it's going to break a little bit to the left because of the slope here, and then it just flatlines. So we're just going to kind of go for it. Yeah, I didn't put enough in. 4 feet. That's not horrible. Could be. Wish it was a little closer. So we'll put that. That should work here. Oh my God! What happened?
To the right and trickle away. Not the right read there.
Yeah, so it broke a little more. Oh, look at that. I say here. It's close enough.
That one.
Yeah, but look how that was breaking so
fast. It is a bogey
fast.
here at the 7th. And he's going to fall to 3 shots off the lead. The 8th hole is a par 4 at 385 yards. This one, similar in a lot of ways to the 3rd hole. The bigger hitters can easily clear those 2 fairway bunkers, and in theory, leave just a little.
I'm so
touch
happy
on
Bandon
for their
Dunes has
second.
been finally capturing the game. At least by, like, you know, obviously I think it's in course grader, but I mean, like, oh, look at that. We got wins, but it's down 30 feet. So I think this is going to be okay then. Okay. There we go.
That one looking
I
a
think this is the
little
way
right.
I pull back and the stick is a little left, so I'm trying to adjust a bit.
Just what you
Yeah,
want
so
at this
thankfully it's
point
down,
around.
but if, like,
You're
if the
trying to
winds
find
is
a
kind of like
rhythm,
flat,
hit fairways,
it may have ended up
hit the
short of one of
middle
those
of the club
bunkers,
face.
but no, this
That's
works
what they
quite
did
well.
right there. Good chance to get one in close.
But yeah,
from
part of me
here.
kind of want to do
This,
these
his second.
commentary and stuff, kind of like discuss the strategy, because that's the one thing that's probably one of the biggest trends I'm seeing right now in this series. It really makes you strategize better than I feel in the 2K, just the way the ball and everything reacts. Should be okay.
And that'll do just fine. This from
This
about
looks
10
very
feet.
level, straight. Oh, that broke. See, there you go. I'm so trying to figure out the brakes, as it does that little angle, and I just cannot tell. It doesn't seem like it'll break much at all, but then it kind of does at the
back
end.
in for par here at the 8th. And he'll stay at 2 under. On now to the finishing hole here
But
on
that said,
Bandon
you know,
Dunes,
I'm not
front
too
side,
upset,
the par
'cause, like,
5-9. It's
golf
the
is like that in
longest on
road.
the
There's always
course,
these subtle
measuring out
breaks
at
that you just sometimes you just
585
cannot. You just
You'll
struggle
find a
to
handful of
fix
putt
it. You already fix it.
bunkers in the
Read it properly and then
inopportune
try to,
spots
you know,
along the
correct
way.
it.
But if you can navigate your way around them, you just might wind up with a birdie putt.
Oh, 2 holes left. Interesting. So I guess it's jumping me around a bit. So we got 7 mile. I'm gonna go here, and the wind should push it left a little bit. Yeah, see. Oh, I got a little hook at the end.
This one
Should
turning
be
left
okay
a bit
though.
off the
in this-
tee.
Yeah.
That's a fine tee shot,
Oh, look at that.
but it is a long, long way to this par 5.
So that carried. So air carried 267, and then he did another 80 yards of roll, which is actually it's very. So that's what makes this course unique. Actually, let me go that in a second. Let's take a look at the shot, and I'll explain that in a second. As you can know, I'm kind of doing this on the spot, so So we're going downhill a bit. Yeah, I say this is okay. Ooh, nice and straight. Ah, carried too much. I was afraid of that. Yeah.
Normally they stick a tee in one end and a flag in the other. You're advanced the way. But that second shot on this par 5, that completely
Oh, anyway, so
took the green
so this
out
course
of
here is
play.
called
And
Bandon
out.
Dunes. Actually, out
That
of
is a big mistake.
Oregon. I was about to say Portland. That's not right. I think it's close to it. It's like southwestern Oregon, so it's right off the coast. But basically, it's probably the most close. Well, I'm sure there's some other in the U.S., but it's definitely like really, designed like British style links. So it's a lot of bumps and mounds you just see, and the balls can, especially when they're firm, can just roll like crazy, like we're seeing here. But yeah, if we want to play like Augusta in this game or Harbor Town, very different. The balls aren't gonna, they're firm and stuff, but they're not like these drives are going to go on these mounds and roll around like off and on like that. They're going to kind of stop as the elevation changes or if it's flat and so forth. You know, here it's treated like, you know, we see at St. Andrews and so forth. But no, it's considered one of the best courses in the U.S. I screwed that up. I knew once I hit it, I was like, I have too much power in that.
Let's bring in Nota Begay the third for a look at birdie.
And he may need to give this just a little extra. He's going straight up the hill, but otherwise fairly painless.
Oh, I knew it. I didn't put enough power.
So he'll finish that off for his par, and it's going to keep him level for his round.
So, but anyway, yeah, but I'd say that's what makes the link style really fun to watch, especially around the Open
The backside
Championship.
begins here with
Just how the
par
balls
4
kind of
10
roll on the
at
humps and mounds and
388.
stuff.
The big
Yeah,
hitters
because this
will
is right
feel
off
like
the
they
Pacific
can
Ocean,
get it down there
so
pretty
and it gets
close.
pretty cloudy there
That
too. Yeah,
approach
because
from the right
you're right off
side
the
might
ocean.
be a bit shorter, but
yeah, it's a
you'll get
very
better
famous.
angle
Well,
if
it's
you
kind of one of the
come
best
at it
courses
from
in the
the left.
U.S. I'm glad the USGA's finally gone there with the USAM, and also, excuse me, like, you know, it's on one of the best, you know, like top lists nowadays for a lot of, you know, courses and so forth in the U.S., but even worldwide. And it's actually a resort complex, so they got multiple courses, not just Bandon Dunes. But Bandon is like the original one, you know, the big one, you know, kind of the first one, and then kind of went from there.
Looking for a strong finishing kick here on this Friday to get set up for the weekend, and that another good drive here. So a big drive and not much needed to carry here for his second.
I'm gonna try. Yeah. Dang, I don't have the. I don't have. I'm too far to do a flop shot. Alright, we're gonna try this. See, oh, real quick, actually, strategy-wise, like, I thought maybe go left and then kind of roll it back. I'm gonna try and go short and then roll it on. There we go. Oh, almost.
Okay, it's not stone dead, but that's not too bad. 8 feet remaining here for birdie.
Oh, we finally got one.
Rolls it right
We've been
in.
so
A
close.
birdie here at 10. And he's got it to 3 under now, just 2 back. So for our featured golfer, Frank, they're in good position.
Kind of
here for
interesting
the
how
weekend.
the
Just a
AIs
couple of
determine
shots
your
back of
score.
our leader.
That's pretty cool.
Basically, it's just
No, it's
birdie,
interesting.
bogey,
So the
and that's
USAM, they
that's
put
way
the
we're gonna
women
look
in
at
it. That doesn't happen in real
tomorrow.
life. So it's
So
kind of
that's just
similar what
about do
2K
it
does with
for
like
all of us at
female
EA
LPGA
Sports.
pros can be
Thanks for spending some
in your
time with us.
leaderboard in the
On
PGA
the
Tour.
road
Now the LPGA
to the
is
Masters.
quote officially in this. I think it's only the Avion Championship and the Augusta, you know, Women's Amateur Championship in this, but it's kind of interesting though. Alright, what we're gonna do, we'll play the next 2 rounds because this is pretty good, but I want to see. I don't know if I can level my golfer or not. Oh, wait. Okay, here we go. So we'll go to, there we go. Because I've got, yeah, so I got some stuff in the bank now. I'm gonna work on control. Yep. Yeah, this is kind of how you level up, so that'd be cool to kind of show that quickly, and then we'll do the last 2 rounds back to back. Yeah, I don't have the shot types yet. I do want that. I could use that. I'd say overall, it's just, well, I should say it's similar to 2K. It's got some similarities but differences. Like in 2K, you kind of determine like a, I don't know, preset, but it's like, it says if you want your player to be like balanced or let's say a power, you know, like really known for big drives, but then you have weaknesses like in other parts of your game. You know, I do more of the short game, and try to balance out the power and stuff, where I won't overpower a course, but I try to just be in the right spot, you know, like, and then kind of, you know, go from there. Here it looks like it's more about, you know, overall skills and then kind of leveling up. But see, there's like these locks, so, oh, I see. So eventually you can unlock shot types and so forth. Yeah, so it's like the Texas wedge. And what Texas wedge means with your putter, sometimes when people are off the green and slight rough, they may use their putter to get out over an actual like wedge or like a pitching wedge or a gap wedge. For those who aren't too familiar, it looks very similar. Just the loft's a lot higher, so it gives you more loft, and launches the ball higher in the air, just won't go as far because of that loft. I got one more. You know what? I'm gonna, as of now, I'm gonna be a little. We're gonna just kind of keep it basic here. So we do control. Like, I don't want to go all in on yet, especially until I play more courses and kind of get a better understanding of stuff. There's probably a lot here I need to go through. You know, again, I just kind of really started playing not too long ago. But there's like the basic default EA ones, same with the outfits and so forth. But definitely be a lot to do with that. All right, now we're back to career mode. This is easy. I like that. Very easy. In and out. Yeah. I do like it changes it. That's not bad. That's actually something I probably would wear in real life.
EA Sports, in partnership with the United States Golf Association, so proud to spotlight golf's best amateur talent from around the globe. Today, it's live coverage of the third round. Rich Lerner here in our tower overlooking the 18th green. Frank Novelo is by my side. Out on the course, we've got Nota Begay III and Iona Stephen as we check the Saturday leaderboard. Some good
I
names
didn't realize
up
I was
there,
Iona
including
Stephen
our
this
leader.
game. She's doing the
So let's get you out to the
holes
action
14,
on the
15
turn
at the Masters
as we
this
head
week.
to the tee at the
She was actually
par
just
4
on
10th.
a show I like listening to, a podcast called Only Enough. She was great. Like she's a Scottish announcer, you know. So I think she works for Sky Sports. She doesn't come over to the U.S. often. When you get a chance to hear her, she's really good. So yeah, I kind of like the balance of announcers they have in this game. Oh man, that might not be
curl
good.
this one back toward the fairway.
Oh my! I can't believe that.
That is into the fairway.
Look at that! That's just insane. That's truly Link's golf right here. I thought it was going to be in the bunker. I got the
So from
Joker
just
smog
off to
going
the
right
side
there.
of the green here, this is second to the par 4.
Actually, this is where. Yeah, I'm going to do a flop. Right here. Yeah, I just didn't want to roll off. Yeah, so flop shots, like you open the club face, you kind of just, or you do wrist, and just really try to do a high launch, very low spin. So this is going to be an interesting break. I think it's going to be here. Oh, I can't believe I read that.
Good roll there.
See, it just takes time. You start learning how to read the greens a little bit in the breaks. But, you know, some of them are very...
2 under on the day.
Yeah, they break really rapidly, and they're just tough.
On to the 11th now, a par 4 at 452 yards. Best to keep it down the middle or to the right off the tee. That leads to an uphill second where you'll.
So it's interesting. The U.S. rule, the USAM, like the actual tournament, they actually do match play towards the end. So it's kind of, they aren't doing that in this, even though they do have match play capabilities in quick play and stuff. So it's not. They actually have the program, like they actually do know how to implement it. It's just somehow they didn't put it for this turn. But it's okay. It's really just really starting your career. So I know it's kind of more of like, you know, kind of starting there and then kind of going from there.
Walking the course today, let's bring in Nota Begay III.
He's got 117 yards to the front, 153 to the hole, coming off a birdie
Oh,
at the
but this is 9
previous hole,
feet.
looking to go
Interesting.
back to back.
You know what? Yeah. It's going to be uphill. So see that up arrow 9 feet? So that means you're kind of hitting where you are, you're still hitting above where you are. You know, like there's like a little elevation as you move forward. That impacts your shots. When you hit up the hills and elevation, you lose distance. When you hit down, you gain distance. Just how the ball carries. I keep overswinging. Yeah, that wind carried it more than I wanted, but I did not want it to go right.
And that ball looked good in the air. You'd like it to be a little closer, but still, inside 40 feet, just going to have to be careful with the lag putting.
Gonna have to give this a pretty good thump. This is well back there and into the hill.
Wow.
Oh,
I'm not going to complain with that.
Nearly went in. That's a touch of class right there. Very good effort. So that brushed in for par here at 11. And he'll stay a couple of shots off the lead.
But this is with the graphics package. It kind of reminds me a little bit of like
They make their
a mix of CBS and NBC's
this one, the 12
package.
measures out at 238
Actually, the
yards.
Rory
This
game,
one
which
at
I didn't
least
buy,
is
but I know,
slightly
yeah, I'm seeing
downhill.
that videos know a lot
Areas
of it anyway.
concern include that
They actually
bumper
did have
short
the
left,
Golf Channel
and then
package,
the
but they didn't have any
thicker
of the
stuff that comes
majors,
into
which is
play
kind of
if
why
you
it was a
knock
big
the ball to
bummer,
the back.
because the last two Tiger Woods games had all the majors, and then they lost the rights. And just, you know, I think they lost the rights to Augusta first, and you let the other ones expire, decided not to renew, and they just took them out. And I'm like, well, that's just losing. To me, that's kind of like a bummer. It's not really worth it. Now, you see why I'm going to club down. So we're going down 17 feet. It's going to carry further. And we got wind. I'm going to try. I'm going to aim. I think this is okay, but we'll see. I just cannot overswing for once. Yep, I did it again anyway. And hooked it. Yeah, you see how.
And that one not on the green,
even though
but
the
not a terrible
landing,
spot
now
either.
it was hooked it, but the
Sitting
landing
up
zone
in
was
the
almost
short
front of the
grass.
green, and look how it carried it past to that bump, you know, just below my name, you know, right above that bunker, and then roll over here. That's how much, you know, that's how much it varies when you hit downhill like that. You know, when you're definitely at a high T elevation, hitting down onto a green. The good news, it's pretty flat. Even if you rolled a little bit, it rolled back. You just don't want it to, though. That's okay. Oh, wow. So 5 feet 9. So we actually got a makeable putt here. We'll probably break a bit from the elevation nearby, but I think it's okay.
Set down fairly quick as well. Good shot.
Yeah, look at that. I say here. No, one more here.
Now,
I had too
we've seen
much.
folks
I overread
hand that
it.
Cut out to the right. It does
Oh,
not
man.
move as much as you think, and that goes on by.
It's just like real life with my putts. Oh, ball.
So a tough hole. That's in for bogey at 12. And now he's going to fall a couple of shots off the pace. The rolling hills of Oregon provide the
How many holes I
backdrop
got
to this
left? Oh,
par
it's only a
5
minute.
13th hole. At 553 yards, it is reachable in 2.
I do like the
Big
flyover
dunes in the
here.
fairway
It's
could
really
make
well
the
done. It's kind of like we see on the
stance
TV
awkward for that
broadcast,
second shot.
especially.
But a big green that
I would say
measures
especially in the
better
majors. I
than
think any of the
50 yards
PGA, any of the
head to
major,
toe
tournaments
does
like, you know, the
yield a
PGA Tour
good
Live
number
does
of
that,
eagle
but they don't really
points.
do much of the TV broadcast too often. Only really in the majors they kind of do that. So we got winds 19 feet. Yeah, I say here is okay.
No
There we
problems
go.
there.
Oh, look at that.
Going to
That's-
wind up safely in the fairway.
That works really well. And the thing about links golf, you know, kind of like I was mentioning earlier, they're notorious for really wide fairways, but it's all
Now,
these
from
bumps and
way
mounds, so
down
you have
there, a
no
good
idea.
look at a
Once it
second
gets out
to
there,
par
that ball is
5.
going to roll and kind of move around a bit, and sometimes it just rolls in a bad spot. You know, like I got lucky so far mostly. A lot of the shots, you know, outside the par 3, of course, recently, but the driver shots, I was hugging the left, but just stay in the fairway. But, you know, let's say off another couple inches and you roll off into the rough or the fescue. You know, that's how quickly it can change. You know, it's really about battling conditions like the wind and so forth, and then kind of like just kind of making sure your landing spots are okay. Yeah, I'm saying right here. It's going to carry it to the right. Yeah, see? Ooh, that looks good. I like this. That's pretty good. I've read, and that's why I like this. Yeah. Oh, actually, 2K does a pretty good job to win too. But see, that's what I'm talking about. It's about the course management, which I think is a lot stronger overall in this game than I feel like. Because I just feel like besides like some sand or occasionally rough, it really just feel like you only get punished with the wind. While here, you really get punished by almost everything. It feels like if you just, you know, you're not reading it right. Let's say right here. Nope.
Got it there, but not quite on target. So now eyeing this one for birdie. Just like
Take the birdie still. One of the eagle, but that works.
13. And he'll move now to 5 under par. So for our featured golfer, they're right
yeah,
in
looks like
striking
when I
distance,
finish
Frank.
even for
Only
the day.
3 shots off the pace through 54 holes.
Yeah, still a great opportunity, I think, to have a win.
I should have let that finish. I didn't realize we were still talking. This seemed pretty generous, giving you experience from the rounds. I like that. That's very good. I don't think I got any of this yet. Oh. I'm just taking a look at this. I won't do this now. Oh, that's kind of neat. So you can actually... This is the one thing I've been liking so far as I was messing around more, you know, not in this video, but earlier today, is all these challenges and stuff. So, they don't have that in 2K. It's really just the career mode, which is pretty basic, and then kind of like Top Golf, and then obviously the online communities and society stuff is really their strength. Here, it's trying to add a lot more, I would say, single-player content, at least right now overall, which I appreciate.
EA Sports is proud to present continuing coverage of the world of golf. Today, live coverage comes your way of the final round. It is
God,
the
this
great
game looks so
challenge
good. Like,
that
it just,
all these golfers face, trying to
Yeah,
string
I actually
4
don't
solid
hate the
rounds
2K
together,
graphics. I think
trying
they're
to
fine.
best Mother Nature and this course.
It's just little issues
and
like
trying to
where are the
beat
character models,
entire
which here
field as we check the
I won't say
leaderboard.
it's perfect, but definitely
A
better. At
lot
least
of
the
folks
eyes don't
fighting
look
for the
like.
title, including our leader.
When you see the video, just like it's just the facials are just really bad in 2K in my opinion. But I think the courses look fine. You know, I think it's a little dated, but I think that's fine. It's just really the pop-in textures are really
So
frustrating.
let's get out to the course as we join the action on the tee at the par 5 13th hole.
2 birdies and okay, so he's even for the day. Now we're going downhill. Ooh, we got left to right wind quite a bit, so we're gonna aim over here. It's a lot further down, so the tee must have been a little to the right, because here it's a little more elevated. Interesting.
Is starting
weird.
up the right side.
That's good though. Yeah. So we're playing this right.
Yeah,
now,
that's a nice swing, and the result is going to be a tee shot that is set up just fine. Let's bring in Nota Begay the third once again. And Nota, this is a building process, and before you run, you walk. Before you win, you contend. And here we are, our featured player has a crack at it, in contention.
Yes, they certainly got to be somewhat close to the lead to have even a chance of winning, but at the end of the day, in order to close that gap, there's going to be some big golf required. Lots of birdies, lots of firepower, no holding back. You got to hit the green light.
Yeah, and if they sail through that green light and all goes well, they get the checkered flag and pick up this enormous victory.
Yeah, see,
How's
the
this?
wind really
An
did carry
invitation
that.
to the Masters, and as well
That
an
looked a little off. I
exemption
think
to
that's
the US
a
Open.
little lucky there.
That just came out blazing. As soon as it hit the green, it was never going to stop.
Oh, there's wind though. So we have to do a pitch. I'm thinking the slope's tough. Okay, so I want to show you. Yeah, you need to get above this slope. If it hits this slope and doesn't have enough spin, it's gonna roll backwards. So probably here. Okay, yeah, I had enough.
This is an 11-foot putt.
I think this, yeah. What the hell was that? Well, I got like I don't know what was going on with the control there. Weird backspin
It
thing.
is in for a birdie, and that's going to move him to 6 under par. But of course, with so many great vistas, this is visually a tough hole. This par 4 14. Look out in the fairway, and you'll see pot bunkers to contend with in your landing area. If
I really
you
like
stay
the
left
commentary's
of
a
the
lot better
danger,
in this game
you
than
will have a
2K.
better look into an
Honestly,
elongated green.
The big issue with the 2K commentary, it didn't really change much from the previous game, which that's going to happen. It just felt kind of lackluster to begin with, and it just like for a full price sequel, it's like you could have done a little more, and they didn't. And also, Luke Lively is the main announcer, and I just find him annoying on Twitter and just in the game itself. So I usually keep it on. Just I do like that immersion, but it's very lackluster. The only immersive aspects, they talk occasionally about the hole, but not all the time. Here they're actually always talking about the hole and try to add like extra commentary with the tournament itself. At least so far, like you know what it means on the Sunday and how things can change. Wow, I really hooked that. Oh yeah. Oh no. It was just a matter of time until I made a mistake to the sand.
That one gonna be into the bunker off the tee.
So it's way below my feet. Actually, no, because it's gonna. Yeah, I think it'll be on the green. I just don't know. Yeah, see. Oh wow, that just kept carrying.
Oh dear, that looks thick in there.
I didn't see that. Oh, it came out hot. That's why. Stop, 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 stop. I do want to win this, but I won't, I'm going to accept if I don't. Because, that's just how life is. I think that's good. Wow, what a save.
Perfect read there. That is in to save par. And that's going to preserve this tenuous one-shot lead. 4 holes to go as we come to the par 3 15th, measuring at 206 yards. Best to avoid the short right bunker, which is the deepest on the golf course. Putting one in the center of this plateau green is not a bad play here.
I'm not going to talk every second because I do like listening to the commentary. I think it's pretty good. Now, I'm thinking... Oh, whoops. That's the problem. Here we go. I was actually clicking on drive to, punch and stuff. Nah, this is what I wanted. All right. Oh, wait. It's quite a bit of wind. Say here. Okay. That one should be a little better. Yeah, there we go. Oh, they didn't carry as much as I
Solid
thought.
shot, and sometimes solid throughout the round will win the day.
Oh,
This will
yeah, this
require
is
the
gonna break
full
a lot.
attention. A huge swing left to right on this putt. Just trying to get it in there close. Tell you what, lag putting such an underrated part of the game, and that is well done there. Okay, a solid par here at the 15th. And the lead will remain at 1 with 3 holes left to play. This is one of the signature holes here at Bandon Dunes, the par 4 16. Some golfers play for the upper fairway,
So,
which
I'm going
gives
to
you a bit of
apologize.
an angle
I'm
to
going
the
to
green.
probably
Others,
need to
they stay
briefly
down
stop
low,
this video and
which is maybe a
restart
little
it.
safer. A third option
I'm doing the
is
record
just to
feature
try
in the
and carry
PlayStation
over
5 for this,
everything,
but apparently it caps out
beware
after an hour, and I'm at
pot bunkers
56
and
minutes
the
now,
gorse
and I know I'm not going to
if you
finish it in
choose
the next
option
4
C.
minutes. So there'll be a quick follow-up video. I'll link it here in the description and so forth, and then we'll follow up, which probably won't be as long. I really apologize. I didn't realize that was going to happen because I'm first time really using this feature. Might be, but we'll end it briefly here and then resume it shortly after.